Stop bullying with teen pop sensation 5-year mission. Here's Noah. Uh-oh. Looks like Noah has a bullying problem. Bullying comes in many forms. For example, physical abuse. Harassment. Intimidation.
Thanks. Get yourself one too.
Oh, let's see how Noah would handle a couple of common bullying situations.
Give me lunch money.
Okay. Hang on. Scotty, beam this guy to the mirror universe.
Oh. Hey, well, let me get those for you.
Thanks.
Hey, why don't I buy you lunch?
All right.
That didn't seem like a very plausible way out, now did it? Let's see how a real-world situation would be handled.
Give me your lunch money.
I hope you're not planning on buying food from this cafeteria. I heard lunch lady Elga, she puts rats in the soup.
You're all right, Butler.
Yes, sometimes humor can get you out of a particularly sticky situation, but sometimes...
These readings don't make any sense.
I've never seen anything like it.
No intelligent life here, Captain.
Humor isn't always the answer. Sometimes it helps to have a friend around to get you out of a jam.
God, these readings don't make any sense.
It's really quite fascinating. Scotty, this is the captain. Please send us the corn. There's always strength in numbers.
Retaliation can sometimes escalate the conflict. Anger towards your aggressor is a natural feeling, but acting upon that anger is often a mistake.
Piss off, Trekkie. You need a spot.
Now, Noah, you know better than that. Let's see what Noah should have done.
Piss off, Trekkie. We need this spot.
Strike me down now, and I'll become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
In that situation, Noah chose to walk away. Another possible solution would be to suggest a compromise to your aggressors.
Piss off, Trekkie. We need this spot.
Guys, there is tons of space in this hallway. Tons. I've been here for the last 20 minutes. There's tons of space. Right down there, you guys can swing your swords. You'll be fine.
Alright. Come on. Alright, cool.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
How should Noah respond to this kind of bullying? Like this? that was excessive. Was this an appropriate reaction to the bullying? One of the best ways to deal with bullying is to seek help from peers and authority figures. Let's see what happens when we try a different approach.
Stop that. Yeah. Help. Hey, you okay? You alright? No. Well, we need to tell an adult. Let's go.
Helping a friend in need can go a long way towards stopping bullies. Now let's hear from some members of 5-Year Mission for their own personal experiences with bullying.
Growing up, I did get bullied quite a bit. My last name is Fark, so I always had that going for me.
I got bullied a little bit in middle school. I was small. I think I was about 4'9" or something like that, which for Noah is big, but for me is small.
I was bullied quite a bit as a child. I was an only child, so I didn't really get socialized with other children until I started school. I was a very shy kid, so I was picked on relentlessly. I got wedgies, I had my house toilet papered, I got beaten up routinely, and I wasn't a big kid either, so I didn't really have that going for me. And I wasn't very athletic, so probably a big reason why I got into music.
In middle school, I had experience where this guy that was, sat at my lunch table, he came up and just flicked me right in the forehead, and I had this big welt on my forehead. And I was not only small, but I was very emotional kid. And we had gym class the next period, and he came up to me and kind of made fun of it. And I kind of freaked out. I think there was some crying involved.
I also had a very bad stuttering problem growing up. I was in speech therapy from 2nd grade up until about 5th grade, and that got me teased quite a bit. I'd go home crying most days. Yeah, Vulcans do cry. It was pretty bad for a while, like we're talking like Porky Pig style stuttering, and it got really awful. And it still comes out every now and then, just like it just did there. Speech therapy helped a lot. My speech therapist actually taught me basically just to ignore them. It definitely can get better, and you can definitely work your way through it. There's definitely people out there that can help. That's an example of a good authority figure helping.
When I was in high school, we shared a locker room with the soccer team, and it was enough that I got preyed on by the upperclassmen from the tennis team, but the soccer team thought it was their responsibility to kind of haze us freshmen and sophomores as well. After tennis practice, and I was running kind of late. The soccer players were coming in right as we were leaving, and I was kind of the last one out. And I passed by some guys, and then I heard some commotion behind me, and I turned around, and these guys just grabbed me. If guys pick you up in the hallway in Charge Shoulders' locker room, that means you're getting a swirly or they're shoving you in a locker. So I knew that that wasn't going to be good. They had to take me through these double doors, and I was kind of a scrappy kid. I was little, but I wasn't a pushover either. I grabbed onto the bar in between the two doors and just hung on for dear life. My dad he was picking me up and I was running late, so he came in to see where the heck I was. And that was a little embarrassing. Your dad comes in and sees you getting dragged down the hall by upperclassmen. Wasn't a good feeling. It's just the kind of thing where just because someone's small or they're different, that doesn't mean it's okay to shove their head in a toilet or in a locker.
I remember one particular instance where I had been giving my lunch money to someone for probably months, just getting threatened and occasionally beaten up. And then one day I actually turned around and I actually punched the kid in the face in the lunchroom. And we both immediately went to the principal's office and got Saturday school. So that was not a great lesson.
I don't really know the mentality that goes into trying to hurt somebody else just because they're not the same as you. But it's not a good thing. You shouldn't do it. You feel powerless when that happens. And for me, I was fortunate. It wasn't as scarring as it is for some people. You get that feeling of kind of, you're helpless. It's a horrible feeling, and it's not something that you should do to other people. And if you see somebody else doing it to somebody, it's a good time to step in. Don't be afraid to help somebody else, especially if you're another person getting bullied. There's strength in numbers.
I went to a pretty small high school down south here in Indiana. It was a big farming community, big football community. There was probably maybe 10 or 12 of us who were like the skater, punk rock kids, long hair, dyed hair, or whatever. And we got picked on quite a bit by the jocks and the FFA members and things along those lines. I would get my head slammed in a locker daily. I would get followed, and they'd do the whole tripping you from behind thing, and eventually it culminated my senior year in the yearbook of all things, where basically they printed a hot and not list, and things on the not list were every single thing that me and my friends did, like wallet chains and skateboarding and punk rock. They definitely had the last laugh, but seeing the way a lot of them turned out, still living in the same exact town where I grew up, and here I am traveling around the country playing rock and roll shows, and they're working at Walmart, and they have to ring me out whenever I go in, and that is awesome.
And I actually do have a physical manifestation of the bullying. When I was in 5th grade, I got stabbed in the hand with a pencil, and I'm left-handed, so that was kind of important at the time.
You know, there is value to standing up to somebody, and even if they leave you alone because they think you're completely crazy, that's okay. You know, who cares if they think you're cool? You know, it's not somebody that you want to be around anyways.
It affects us all, I think. A situation like that where even you feel at the time it means the world to you and your life is over, maybe, you know, even when you get older and you realize it wasn't that serious, it still had a mark on you that never really goes away. And yeah, I would say, you know, you leave school, but school never really leaves you, and I think that's true with bullying as well.
I wasn't one of those kids who got bullied so badly that it was traumatic, but when I see it happen or when I hear about it happening, my heart really goes out to kids who are having trouble with it. It's a horrible thing. It's a horrible feeling, and I don't wish it on anybody.
So yeah, your revenge will eventually come. Not really so much physically, but definitely mentally. It's karma. Instant karma will get you. The Beatles did say it best. So
John Lennon did.
It was just John Lennon.
Just John Lennon?
Yeah.
John Lennon said it best. I don't listen to the Beatles.